Welcome to another Crafternoon with the Lebanon Senior Center. Today we are going to be making a Waldorf star. If you picked up one of our kits from the Senior Center, you got 8 sheets of this rather beautiful translucent paper. We gave you multiple colors to work with. They're all perfectly square. That's an important fact to know when doing this Waldorf star. We picked this translucent paper. It's also called Kite paper. It's got this kind of waxy feel to it. It really makes crisp folds and it holds them really well. So that's why we chose this paper. You could certainly do this craft with almost any kind of paper. You just need to make sure you cut it into a square to work with, and then you will need 8 sheets. You will also need a bit of glue. I'm using a little Eileen's Tacky Quick Dry Glue. I've also got a Q-tip handy in case I do any boo-boos with that glue. For the kits, you don't need any scissors because we already cut things out for you. If you are working with your own paper and you need to make squares, you'll need paper, depending how you want to decide the shape of your square, the size of it. You might need a ruler and a pencil. So once you've got your pieces of paper, I would say we also chose the translucent effect because right now it's kind of fun to hang in a window and have the light passing through it. Creates a nice beautiful little effect. Just something bright and cheery on these days that are, as we're heading into spring, when sometimes they're more gray, sometimes they're pretty sunny, but this definitely gives something pretty to hang in the window. If you aren't going to hang it in the window, it certainly doesn't need to be translucent paper. Any kind of craft paper that you can easily fold. Cardstock, I wouldn't recommend cardstock. It's a little too thick, hard to get those crisp folds. Tissue paper, other regular craft paper, just fine. You could even use origami paper. All right, so we're going to get started. So I kept 2 sheets out to show you how to do the folds for our points. I already have some done over here. Ta-da! That's what we're making. We're going to be making those little kite shapes. All right, to get started, we're picking one piece and we are going to fold our paper in half. I like to line up my corners first, kind of hold them in place with my finger, set them down, and then I just crease it back and run my fingers along. Everyone's got their favorite method. If you've got a bone folder, you can certainly use that to do nice crisp edges. I just use my thumbnail. Now once we got that first half fold, we're going to do another fold, turning that big square of paper into a mini square. I should apologize now for sound effects. I tend to, when I'm not talking, start just humming and making noises. Haha. So once you've got it folded in half and folded in half again, you're gonna unfold it. You're gonna start feeling like you're working with origami here a little bit. Now I like to smooth it back out because it does keep those folds really well. They can kind of get in your way when you're needing to refold it. So I like to turn it away from me on point. Oop, it's getting really close to me here. And then you're going to use these lines that were made from the creases of those other 2 folds as your guides for your next fold. So you're going to take an outer corner and you're going to fold it in. Kind of towards the center there. And just crease it down the side. I'm rotating it, and I'm going to repeat this process on the other 3 sides as well. Just working your way around that sheet of paper. And lo and behold, we have this last flap folded in here. And if it's not perfect, don't panic. All right, we've remade a square. Ta-da! You're like, well, that's not what yours look like. You're right, it's not. So now we're going to fold in again. So this time we're going to use the center seam as our guide. We're going to fold an outer point towards it. It's not going to be a perfect square this time. We're going to start making that diamond kite shape. So I'm going to kind of bring that to the center line. I'm just going to kind of work my way out here along that center line. I don't like to commit at first. I like to kind of make sure things are lined up neatly, and then I'll come back. There we go. So you kind of made this more of a triangle shape, and as we're going to repeat that with this side. You can certainly turn the paper. I'm trying not to turn it too much to not make your eyes go bonkers as I twirl paper around in front of you. All right, we're going to do that side too. I am going to turn it this time because it just works better at this angle for me to crease down that side. There you go. And see, now we got this nice point. Does kind of look like a kite shape. Really nice, crisp and beautiful. All right, and if you're panicking and say, wait, I didn't get that all, well, don't feel bad. We're doing one more, and then I'll show you how to put them together. So you can grab another sheet of paper if you were able to follow along. If you got a little confused, just watch. We're going to do it again. This time I'm just probably going to kind of buzz through. All right, we're going to fold it in half. Nice crisp line. Folding that sheet of paper in half again. If you're thinking I'm just, really quick and really good at this, it's because I've already done 6 of them this morning, to do the other angles. All right, so we've got our big square turned into smaller squares. Flattened it back out, and now I'm going to come and do it on point again. Yep. Trying to catch hold of the wax paper sometimes is one of the greatest challenges of this whole project. It's a little slippy. It likes to slide. Just working my way around again. Almost looks a little bit like an envelope. All right, we turned it back into a square, and now I'm going to, if I can catch a corner, there we go. This is where you might start to get confused a little bit, so I'm going to slow down just a little bit. So I'm going to bring an edge up. This time I'm working it against the center folds. Might bring it in a little bit, and then I just kind of gauge. Just keep shifting it a little bit until I line the paper up against the center line. There we go. Now I'm going to press it down. I'm going to try to do this one away from myself. So I'm bringing it up. Towards that center. Yep. It's really hard to do on the opposite side of myself. There we go. All right, run that fingernail down or your bone folder. There you go. So once again, we have a nice diamond shape, nice crisp point. The white's really glary. I am sorry about that. There we go. So that's how you fold the individual pieces, and then you'll do 8 pieces like that. I'm going to bring in the other stars of my show that I already have done here. It's almost a star. This is where you got to bring the glue into the party. All right, I've already glued these pieces together, so you're going to do the same process, just one at a time, layering, so you can pretend those two aren't here. We're just looking at the orange one. And I'm just going to take a little bit of glue. I don't get too close to the edge because I find the wax paper obviously makes it smear a little bit. And we're just going to kind of do some offset circles. You don't have to get too crazy. It's not a ninja throwing star. Hopefully you're not using this as impact. And then I just follow the center seam and this point. So I'm going to try to match the points up. And then I'm going to align this piece with the center seam of the orange piece. So point, center seam, lay it down, and I just kind of do a little pressing. And if you get too close to the edge, you know, you're just going to get some glue squirt out the back side, which is okay. That's why I grabbed the Q-tip to help clean up. But, oh look, I didn't smear any. All right, good aim, Rebecca. All right, and I'm going to show you that again here. So I'm going to be gluing this yellow piece and this green piece. Just a couple up the edge. Again, I'm not getting too close. I'm going to carefully line up the center point. Nope, there I got a little close to the edge there. Just use my finger. All right. Looking pretty good. We got one more to add on. I'm going to sneak this white piece in here. A couple of dots on my purple. My glue is starting to string along a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to lift this piece so I can sneak the white in here. Just kind of laying it down. Again, finding the center point, matching it up to that line. Just smear the glue a little bit. There you go. And on this left flap, you get to do the same thing. Just had a panicked moment. The white's so clear, I thought I glued the wrong side up. You do want to do the side with the folded paper down. So you want the smooth side facing up. Like, see on this black one, you're actually going to be gluing this side down. And we're going to glue it right down on to our white star here. That all kinds of locks them down. And if you've got any, like this black one here seems to be a little floppier, I didn't get the glue up quite high enough. I'm just going to put some more down just to catch it really well. And you can go back and check your star points for that. Adding a little glue here or there just to make sure they're down pretty well. I think that was the only one that was a little floppy. There you go. Oh. So there's my star, ready for hanging and displaying. Now to hang it up, you can certainly use a little tape on the back of a couple of the points, or on the front of a couple points to hang in your window. You can even use a little bit of just like Elmer's glue if you want to. And just literally put a little dot in a couple spaces and glue it to your window. When it's time, you can pull it off and wash that Elmer's glue right off. You can also punch a hole. If you're going to punch the hole, don't get too close to the tip. Bring it down a little bit, punch a hole, and you can run some string through it to hang it. All kinds of hanging options for you. So that is our Crafternoon for today. I hope you enjoy making your Waldorf star. Almost like a little simple origami. But hopefully this brightens your day, gives a little pleasing aesthetic to your window as the sun filters through it. We hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And there are a couple kits left at the Senior Center, so you can certainly give us a call if you are 50 or older and would like to get your hands on one. It is while supplies last. All right, you guys take care. Bye-bye.